You're watching NDTV Profit, and I'm your host Mallika Mishra. Joining me is my co-host Himakshi Bahuguna, and together today, this evening, we will be taking up all your queries. So don't forget to call us on the numbers flashing on your screen. You can also reach out to us on WhatsApp, and both the numbers are at the moment on your screens. Now, joining us on this show today, our guests are Vikas Jain, Head of Research at Reliance Securities on the fundamentals, and Rakesh Singhal will be helping us on the technical analysis of the stocks and the queries that we get on the technical front. So welcome both of you. Good evening to Ask Profit, and thank you so much for joining us today. So,
good evening.
Yes, why don't you take up the first query?
Yeah. Welcome to the show, sir. So viewers have started sending us their queries. First up, we have Rajesh GK from Hyderabad. He says that he has bought 1,000 shares of SpiceJet at 62 apiece. So whether he should sell or hold, this low-cost carrier has faced multiple headwinds and recently raised rupees 3,000 crore. In fact, it has only recently been clearing statutory GST and other dues also. So let me first go across to Vikas on this. Vikas, given the fundamental nature of SpiceJet, should our viewer hold or sell this counter?
Yeah, if you look at the SpiceJet, no doubt the company has raised good amount of money from large amount of investors. But if you look at the industry is not so doing great. The profitability front wise, if you look at the company is continuously making losses and is not able to gain its market share. So doubt some amount of investors have entered into lately. The stock price has shown some amount of traction, but it's better to avoid and can exit at current levels and invest into the related peers like Indigo.
Okay, got you that view. So he should hold on to SpiceJet. Now, another WhatsApp query that we're getting is Sumanachari from Kadapa. He's holding 50 stocks of Tata Power, and he's asking whether he should hold on to this stock or sell. Actually, Tata Power's CEO recently said that the company is venturing into nuclear energy when government opens up the sector. So, Vikas, I'll head straight to you for this particular counter. What is your gauge on this particular stock, and how do you see this?
Power space is continuously doing pretty well, and if you look at a lot of announcements have been coming place, no doubt the stock has done pretty well last year, and lately the stock has not done anything, but huge amount of capacity addition has been taking place for FY24. Even if you look at the company has announced capacity additions into thermal, into wind, hydro, and complete setup. So the company has able to grow its profitability front in 15% CAGR growth in terms of sales, 74% CAGR growth in terms of profit for the last 5 years. So we believe it is a sweet spot. The sector is also doing pretty good, and from one of the stable management. So we can continue to hold on to the stock. Maybe the stock could revisit its earlier highs. So we can continue to add on at current levels and continue to hold.
Okay, so that's a hold on Tata Power that you're suggesting. Now, we're also getting one caller right now from Indore. Hi, Kamal.
Yeah, hello, good evening. So my query is regarding Coal India Limited.
Right.
So I bought around 70 shares at the rate of 473.
Okay.
And my time horizon long term. So should I add more quantity or just keep on hold of whatever I bought?
All right. And if I may ask, when did you purchase these shares?
Shares around maybe 6-7 months before.
6-7 months ago. Okay. So let me just go across to Vikas on this one, because he's asking for a long-term outlook on Coal India. Vikas, what's your take on it?
The viewers' queries for pretty long term, and the stock continues to be one of the pioneer into the coal business segment. No doubt it has been a PSU, but if you look at lately, the last 2 years have been pretty good for the PSU company stocks. The Coal India dividend yield itself comes still to around 4.5 to 5%, and the company continues to distribute with its dividend. So we believe the company operations have spread across states, and it continues to remain attractive. The recent price correction offers good opportunity, and with the higher dividend yield and the higher profit percentage, it continues to remain a buy at current levels.
Okay, so it's a buy for the long term. Now, if I could also get a short-term view on it, Rakesh, what is your take on it?
Yeah, on technical basis, the stock is at very support zone, very clear support zone, and 410 right now, and it's a clear support zone. So you can buy at the current level also, and once it cross 420, then it will again push up to the level of 435.
Okay, got that view. Now, viewers, remember to keep us engaged and keep calling because we're here to answer all your queries. Until then, we'll pick up some WhatsApp queries. Until then, the second WhatsApp query that we're picking up for the evening is from Varun, who's writing to us from Hyderabad. He's asking if he can hold on to Nalco because he currently holds 200 shares of Nalco at 244 rupees a piece. Nalco has been down this week and we're getting a lot of queries for Nalco on Ask Profit because the company in fact has seen price correction, especially after volatility seen in alumina prices. So Vikas, I'll come to you for this. How does this particular counter look on the fundamentals?
If you look at the profitability has taken a hit, no doubt, in the current quarter. The product segment continues to remain pretty upbeat, no doubt. But the way the profitability has shaped up over the last few years and the aluminum demand is going to continue to remain with various segments. No doubt the last quarter margin decline was being pretty upbeat, but we believe it's a good entry point to remain invested at the current levels because if you look at the company continues to see some amount of expansion with respect to more its aluminum side of the division. The sale volumes have increased to almost more than 4.7 lakh tons. So it continues to remain attractive. The profit variance have not been so great, but we believe one should wait for the current levels and move ahead, and the stock could see some amount of 15 to 17% compounded returns from current levels.
Right, we're also getting a query now from Suyash Tambe, and he has bought 700 shares of RVNL at 458. He's asking whether he should sell or hold. So if you can pull up RVNL to see how the stock has performed today. So yeah, it has been down as we can see 1.16%. So what's your view on it, Vikas, if we talk about the fundamentals of the company? How are the fundamentals of RVNL looking like?
The railway infrastructure project continues to remain pretty solid. If you look at a lot of announcements have been continuously printing through, and the revenue share for RVNL continues to remain with pretty upbeat from metro sides, non-metro sides, and the new business line company commenced of consistent of 119 kilometers of new lines and 925 kilometers of doubling line. So the promoter holding also remains pretty high with the government holding more than 73%. So the free float has been pretty low. No doubt the stock has given strong amount of returns over the last 1.5 years, and over the last 3 months it has witnessed some amount of downtick. But we believe the company continues to remain on a strong foot wicket. The ROE continues to remain pretty upbeat in the range of around 20%. So we can continue to add on at current levels and wait for a higher up move near to those 52-week highs of around 640, 645 if it is tested.
Okay. So you're suggesting a hold on the stock?
Yeah, you can hold or even you can buy it at current levels.
Okay. And what's the short term, on the short term outlook, how is it looking on the charts, Rakesh?
So RVNL basically on the chart is near the support zone, and the support zone is around 420, but it is recovered recently. And if anyone can buy for short term, then you should wait for the small correction around 440, and 440 they can add, and then the target may be for the short term 485 and then 500.
Okay, got you. So it is a hold on RVNL as of now from both our experts. The next query that we're getting in is on WhatsApp from Nambiar. He's writing to us from Kerala. He holds 200 shares of Ugro Capital at 289 apiece. He's asking whether he should hold or book losses, or can he hold further for the next 4 months. Now, this particular NBFC is a small business lending platform which hasn't been performing that well. If we can pull up Ugro Capital, we'll also see that the stock has been down about 2% in trade. So for this, I'd like to go across to Rakesh. Rakesh, how is the stock looking on the charts?
So on the chart, the stock is looking little bit weak, but overall in the NBFC sector is weak, and due to going forward, when the RBI will consider the rate cut, then the stock should outperform. So should wait. I believe should wait, and 235 level is very good level to add, and further once the stock will cross and 270, then only we can have a further rise in the stock. And 300 is a very good resistance zone for the stock.
Okay, got you. So I think we're getting a caller joining us from Telangana who's called P. Subbarao, if I'm pronouncing that right. Good evening, Subbarao. Please tell us your question.
Yeah, good evening, sir. We are holding the IDFC First Bank 71 rupees on 71 rupees with 500 shares.
Okay.
So our query is like, can we hold it or sell or long term? Like, what is the suggestion we can take?
Okay. Before I take this question to our guest, Subbarao, I'd like to ask you, why did you invest in this particular stock and when did you invest?
It's we have invested before 6 months back. 8 months back.
Okay. And why did you invest in IDFC first?
Based on how, like, we are go through the news and all, like, based on the share market news, we have purchased it.
Okay. Got you. So, Vikas, I'll come to you for IDFC First Bank. We've gotten a couple of queries on IDFC First Bank. The company is reporting repeated profits, but is not paying out healthy dividends. And also, the company's interest coverage ratio is also pretty low. So, how do you think the company looks on the fundamental side of it?
If you look at it, is one of the mid-cap private sector banks. The company has done a transformation change with the IDFC merger, the reverse merger what took place, and it has completed its reverse merger. The book value continues to remain at around 44 and a half. So it is at around 1.7, 1.8 times price to book. But the company continues to look pretty promising with the management bandwidth continues to remain pretty upbeat. They are operating good amount of branches and across ATMs, and now it is transforming from a corporate focused bank to a complete retail focused high net interest margin bank. So the growth prospects continue to look pretty attractive, and we believe the private banking sector would continue to remain an outperformer over the next few years. So we can continue to remain invested. We believe the stock should do pretty well over the next 1 to 3 years.
All right. We're also getting one more query from Adarsh Patra. He hails from Bangalore and he says that he's planning to buy 100 shares of KPI Green Energy, currently priced at 789 per share. So he's asking whether he should wait or buy the stock. So if we talk about the stock, the scrip has corrupted around 4% in the past week. But should he be buying the stock or wait for a better price? Vikas.
Well, no doubt the company is into an interesting space of this solar power. It has been done pretty well in an independent power producer company. They have announced a lot of new projects. But we believe the company's growth profitability has not been so great compared to the last few quarters. And the company has seen some good amount of market cap creation. So we believe the stock has seen some amount of corrective action in terms of valuation wise. It's also pretty high compared to its peers. So it's better to wait for some more amount of clarity over the next few quarters and then look into the stock.
Okay, got that view. Now we are getting a WhatsApp query from Akash. He holds 122 shares of Reliance at 1,380 apiece, and he's asking for so he's not mentioned whether the time horizon is short term or long term. He's just asking whether he should hold on to the counter or sell the scrip. The company has a low return on equity of 8.71% over the past 3 years. So Rakesh, I'll come to you for this one. What is your view on Reliance Industries?
So Reliance Industries basically a large cap stock, but recently it has not performed well. And in the month of November, it made a low of 1217, but after that it recovered and now it is 1272. So my take is on, because today is also it made a low of 1239, but recovered. So my take is that stock should recover, and now it is forming a higher high pattern. So, but once it crosses 1330, then it will perform, and then it can touch again at 1380 and 1400 level in a couple of months.
All right. We're also getting a caller now from Chennai. Hi, Bhaskaran.
Yes, madam.
Thanks for speaking to NDTV Profit. How can we help you?
I am holding NPC 300 shares purchased at 350 rupees.
Okay.
I want to know sell or hold.
And how many shares have you bought?
Something more. 300.
300 shares. Okay. And when did you buy these stocks?
Because this infrastructure is improving. So I hope NCC also will perform good.
All right. So you're asking for a long-term perspective or a short-term perspective?
Long term.
Long-term perspective. So Vikas, coming straight to you on this one, how are the fundamentals of NCC looking like to you?
The company continues to look pretty promising. If you look at the order book, has been pretty strong with the terms of more than 55,000 crores or split across buildings, transportation, water and railways. It has strong amount of execution capabilities, and the revenue breakup also continues to remain pretty upbeat. No doubt the infrastructure projects were on a slow wicket in the first half of the year, but we believe the infrastructure projects are going to pick up in the second half of the year, and the company continues to look pretty promising. The stock has been down by 15-17% from its purchase price, so we can continue to hold on, nothing to book at current loss. We can continue to hold on, and we believe the stock should do pretty well over the next few years.
Okay, got your view. Now, I believe we're getting a caller called Anoop joining us from Hyderabad. Hi, Anoop. Good evening. Can I please know your question?
Yes, good evening.
How are you? I'm great. Please tell us your question.
I have this one. Today I bought IRCTC shares
Okay.
at the price of 835, 2,300 shares.
Okay.
And since budget is coming in the next 1 month by first Feb, so what level we can see in IRCTC in the next 1 month?
Okay, and when did you say you purchased this particular counter?
Today I purchased.
Okay. So a couple of pointers to highlight about the Indian Railway.
Yes.
This particular, so Indian Railway Catering and Tourism Corporation stock is the fact that because you've bought it at 835, the stock has been pretty flat and has been performing decently, but in the past 6 months has dropped by over 15%. The company has almost reduced its debt, but the stock is trading 19 times its book value. So Rakesh, I'll come to you for this, especially because he's asking how the stock could react to the government budget coming in the next fiscal year, and especially given the focus that we have on infrastructure and CapEx, and railway being one of the highest components of the Indian budget. So how do you think the railway space is going to perform, and especially on your views on this particular counter?
So IRCTC stock is basically monopoly stock, but on technical side, he has purchased on 835 today. So right now 860 is a very major resistance. Once it crosses 860, then we can see it's 885 in the next couple of months. But he should, if he's taking for short term, then 810 should be a strict stop loss for the position.
10 should be his stop loss, right?
Right, 810.
Okay.
Okay, we are getting one more caller from Chandigarh. Hi, Rajiv. Rajiv? Okay, so we are not able to connect with him right now, but we have his query. He's holding 100 shares of Titan at 3,000, and he's asking for a 6-month outlook on it. So Rakesh, coming straight to you on this one, how is Titan looking on the charts right now?
So on the chart, Titan chart is looking good. And recently it made a low of 3,000 something in the month of November, but it recovered very sharply, and today the stock is 1.83% up. So I think it's 3,520 is a very resistance for the stock right now. If it breaks this resistance, then the stock can touch 3,740 also. But you should make a stop loss for the short term 3,380.
Okay, got that view. Now we have another caller joining us from New Delhi called Vivek. Hi Vivek, good evening. Can you please tell us your question?
Hello.
Hello, please tell us your question.
Yes, I am Vivek. My query is regarding Vodafone.
Can you please mute your television volume so that we can hear you properly?
Okay. My query is regarding Vodafone.
Okay.
In FPO, I was allotted 3894 quantity at 11 rupees.
Okay.
and I have been holding it for almost 6 months now.
Okay.
And just wanted to have a long-term view of around 1 year. Do I hold it or sell it, or do I average the price?
Okay, got you. Rakesh, I'll come to you for Vodafone. What is your view on this particular counter? The company has delivered a poor sales growth of 2.83% over the past 5 years and has been actually in news for a couple of reasons. So, your view on Vodafone?
So Vodafone recently also capital infusion also, and apart from that, as of now, the stock on technical chart is looking very weak, and he has purchased at 11 rupees. But my suggestion would be, because the company is trying to do to survive everything and giving the contracts for 5G rollout and everything. So I think because government will also want to intervene for this, because they want the players in this telecom segment, and the telecom segment is looking very good for the future. So I think it is a right time to buy Vodafone Idea, and they can add further on Vodafone Idea. And but 11 rupees it will be a very good resistance for the stock. Once it break the 11 rupees, then easily it can touch 13 rupees. And for the long term, I think it's for 1 year, 1 to 2 year perspective, I think the stock can touch 17 rupees.
All right. Now we're also getting one more caller from, we're getting a query from Chennai, and it's from Sheelu. So she's saying that, is Piramal Pharma good to enter for medium term at the current price? And she's asking for both the fundamental view as well as the technical view. So first, let me just get the technical view on it. The stock has been performing well in short term. So Rakesh, what's your view on it?
On technical part, 249, its stock has a very good support around 244. So they can enter at 249, and in the short term, the stock has the resistance around 265. So short term target would be 265, and then if it breaks 261, then 280 will be next target. But you should have a very strict stop loss of 244.
All right. And Vikas, how are the fundamentals of the company looking like?
Look at the company was got demerged from the Piramal Enterprises, and then the company had very few bad quarters. The stock continues to witness some amount of pressure from the CDMO business. No doubt, the business-wise, it has been picked up. The contract CDMO business has seen good amount of play, and the 13th company has transitionally moved over the last few quarters. But in terms of price performance, the return on equity continues to repeat in less than single digits. ROC continues to remain pretty poor. Should not be a good entry point, because the valuations are not so being great in terms of the current levels. You should wait for some few more quarters to get the results on track, and then you can relook at it.
Okay, got that. Now we have another query on WhatsApp coming in from KC Nathan, joining us from Mumbai. He holds 150 shares of Kaynes Technology at 6,130 apiece, and he's asking for a long-term outlook. And he's also asking if he should add a couple of more stocks to his portfolio of this particular company. So Vikas, I'll come to you for this. What is your view on Kaynes Technology?
The company is into an interesting space of the EMS, but in terms of the valuation wise, it's completely haywire, because if you look at all the EMS related stocks are 14 high P multiples of more than 110 times. In terms of Kaynes itself, it's trading at more than 200 times. No doubt the growth continues to remain pretty promising, but everything is being backed up into this at current market price, and the way the segment has done, we believe the risk reward ratio would not be favorable to enter at the current levels, because in terms of ROE, the ROE is at sub around 10%, but the multiples are way higher, near to 130, 140 odd times. Even if you look at the projected earnings, it would not be so great. So it's better to wait and avoid the stock at current levels.
We're also getting one caller from Lucknow. Hi, Nitin.
Yes. Good evening, madam.
Good evening. Thanks for speaking to NDTV Profit. How can we help you?
Madam, I have 900 shares of Raymonds Limited at the rate of 2075.
Okay.
So, what's the company's outlook? What's future of Raymonds Limited? Am I whether trapped or comfortable with this? What is the future? And I can hold it for a year or two.
All right. So you're asking for a long-term perspective on Raymonds.
Raymonds Limited.
Raymonds Limited. Yes, Vikas, I'll come straight to you on this. How is the fundamentals of Raymonds looking to you? As we can see that if we can just pull up Raymonds, I think it was flat today. Yeah, it was a bit flat today, but how has the company been performing so far?
If you look at the company, the Raymond Limited has just demerged its real estate business over the last one quarter. And then the company saw some amount of transition phase. Now Raymond Limited completely remain in the apparel and the fashion business side. And the company has very strong brands across this value chain. And it continues to remain pretty upbeat. We believe the current demerger would improve the lifestyle brand business for its countries, and the company continues to remain a strong wicket. So I believe the new businesses coming in through and the apparel and the fashion business, and with the way the wedding season is going to be through over the next 3 months, the current quarter and the next quarter earnings would be also very gung about it. So it can continue to remain invested at the current levels. It would regain its purchase price over the next 3 to 4 months.
Okay, got that view. Now we have another caller joining us called Dhaval from Ahmedabad. Hi, good evening, Dhaval. Please tell us your question.
Hi, good evening. So my question is for Aries Agro.
Okay.
I am looking it for a short-term view. I bought it at 355.
Okay, and why did you particularly buy in this stock?
It was showing good momentum.
Okay, good momentum is your reason. So I'll take this to you, Rakesh. What is your particular perspective on this stock? How does it look on the charts?
On the chart, the stock is looking good. Recently, today it has given a breakout on the chart, and today it has at 406 level, and closing at 385. But I believe the stock can again go further, and the next target could be the stock for the 424. But you should have a stop loss of 380.
Okay, got that. A stop loss of 380 should be kept in mind. But viewers, we'll have to slip into a short break at the moment, but keep sending in your queries on WhatsApp and call in on the numbers flashing on your screen. We'll be right back for Ask Profit. Stay tuned to NDTV Profit.
We set you up for the day's trade. 30 calls before the markets open on NDTV Profit.
Jubilant Food above a 600 level on Friday.
Wipro can be first to buy
all commodities, but in that Vedanta looks good.
Our experts give you the top stock ideas to prepare you for the day.
ICICI Lombard stocks hit the first target.
It has given a very good momentum with good volume.
Don't miss the chance to make the right moves. Only on NDTV Profit, where winners are made before the bell rings.
NDTV Indian of the Year 2024.
NDTV नेटवर्क की तरफ से मैं आप सब लोगों का बहुत स्वागत करना चाहता हूं।
Celebrating the extraordinary.
Thank you, Judy.
Honoring those who shape India's future.
For me, it is a great privilege to participate.
NDTV Indian of the Year. Only on the NDTV network.
When the whole day passes like a blur, the news just whizzes past, and you're trying to stay informed. It is our job to bring you news that truly matters. At Profit 360, we cut through the clutter, the Wall Street deals, finance and policy news that could shape your tomorrow. The newsmakers, the trendsetters, and the innovators. In 30 minutes, we've got you covered. So stay ahead, stay informed, and stay profitable with Profit 360.
Headlines you start your day with. What matters worldwide is now in the palm of your hands.
Welcome back, viewers. You're watching Ask Profit on NDTV Profit, and we're being joined by Vikas Jain, Head of Research at Reliance Securities on the fundamentals, and Rakesh Singhal, who's an independent analyst on the technical front. Viewers, don't forget to call us on the numbers that's flashing on your screen. You can also reach out to us on WhatsApp. Both the numbers are flashing on your screen at the moment as we speak. And after the break, our first caller joining us is GN Tiwari from Bengaluru. Hi, GN. Please tell us your question if you can hear me. GN, can you hear me?
Yes, I am listening.
Could you please lower down the volume of your TV so that we can listen to you properly?
Okay, I'll lower down.
Yes, please. Please tell us your question if you can hear me.
Hello?
Yes. Please go ahead with your question.
I can hear you.
Yes, please tell us your question, GN.
Okay, I have purchased 3,500 SpiceJet 4 years back, madam.
Okay.
And that I purchased for 96 rupees.
Okay.
And I am holding that shares.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what I should do?
Okay.
I want your
got
views
you.
of that.
Got you. So, Vikas, I'll come to you for this one. We started the show with SpiceJet, and there seems to be some interest in SpiceJet today. What is your view on this particular counter, and what would you like to suggest our viewers? Should he hold or should he sell?
I think you should sell the stock as we discussed at the start of the show. Because if you look at no doubt the company is able to raise some amount of money from new investors, but we believe the profitability front, the team would continue to face pressure in terms of margins. It would take longer amount of time. This company investor has continuously been holding the stock for the last many years, and the stock has recovered from the late 30s, 40s to 60s, so it is a good entry exit point. He can reinvest the proceeds into some other stocks and make some money out of it into other names.
Right. We are also getting a caller now from Chennai. Hi, Srinivas.
Yes, madam. Good evening, madam.
Good evening.
Actually, I purchased Adani Power
okay.
at the cost of 542.
All right.
Nearly 80 shares, madam.
Okay.
For 1 year, can I hold or sell, madam?
Okay. So, at what time did you buy these shares?
Last week.
Last week you've bought. Okay. And what was the reason behind buying Adani Power?
Yes, madam.
Srinivas, what was the reason behind buying Adani Power?
Last week only I bought, madam.
All right. So, Srinivas is asking for a 1 year outlook on Adani Power. Vikas, how are the fundamentals of Adani Power looking like to you?
The company looks pretty promising. If you look at the company has multiple businesses in terms of revenue mix into power generation, trading and investments in other places. It has one new ultra 1600 megawatt thermal power capacity in Andhra Pradesh, the capex of more than 12,000 crores. No doubt the stock volatility has been pretty high compared to with respect to the various announcements with respect to the group, but we believe it has been seeing good amount of uptick. In April 24 also the company saw some amount of news flow with respect to, but it has been put through. So we can continue to hold on to the investment because the kind of capacity additions which they have done across regions, whether it is in Gujarat, whether it's in Maharashtra, Karnataka, this continues to be pretty promising going forward. We can continue to remain invested into the stock.
A hold on Adani Power?
Yeah.
Okay, so just as a disclaimer to our viewers, NDTV Profit, the sister channel of NDTV, is a subsidiary of AMG Media Networks Limited, which is owned by the Adani Group. Now, with this, we are getting one more caller from Dharamshala. Hi, Paramjeet.
Hi, hello.
Hello, thanks for speaking to NDTV Profit. How can we help you?
Ma'am, I want to know future prospects of Zaggle Prepaid.
Zaggle Prepaid, okay.
Yeah, fundamental as well as technical view on this.
All right. At what, how many shares have you bought?
I am having 6,400 share at the rate of 400.
At the rate of 400. And why did you go for Zaggle Prepaid, if I may ask?
I like this share from day one.
All right. So, Vikas, how are the fundamentals of Zaggle Prepaid looking to you?
Fundamentals looks pretty promising, no doubt about it, but only the concern remains with respect to in terms of the valuations for these new age companies, because if you look at this company has got a good amount of investment IPO, the no doubt prepaid cards has been pretty good. But in terms of earning multiples, it's trading at sub 85, 90 or multiple times. So once the market reversal happens for these EMS and new age companies, then the correction would also be pretty sharp as the investor is been good profit. So we believe he should redeem some amount of his holdings and invest into some other sectors to diversify its portfolio.
All right. And if we could also get a short-term perspective on Zaggle Prepaid. Rakesh.
Yeah, so Zaggle Prepaid recently made a high of 591, and from after that, continuously stock is going down. However, today stock is a little bit up. 500, I believe 525. He should hold with a stop loss of 524 and should continue hold. And once the stock will cross 592, then I think the stock can touch again a rally of further 10% rally.
Okay, got you. We have a caller called Teja joining us from Andhra Pradesh. Good evening, Teja. Please tell us your question.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
Ma'am, I have 6,000 shares of Trident which I was purchased at 53.
Okay.
What I have to do, whether to hold or sell?
Okay, before I pose this question to our guest, can I please know why did you purchase Trident?
I had purchased it 2 years back, ma'am.
Yes, understood. But why did you purchase Trident? What was the reason? What was the thought process behind purchasing this particular stock?
I thought some good growth in it, so that I purchased it.
Okay, okay. So you purchased this 2 years back, if I'm not wrong.
Trident.
Okay. So Teja has purchased a stock 2 years back at a price of 53 rupees, but the current price is 36 rupees, and the stock seems to be charting, has averaged with a downward bias in the past 1 year. Rakesh, I'll come to you on this. What do you think this particular investor should do? Should he hold on to this counter or sell the scrip?
Yeah, Trident, the purchase price is very high, but as of now, the stock is trying to recover. Recently made a low of 31, and right now it's 36.5. But stock is 40 rupees is a very major resistance for the stock for the near term. Once it breaks the 40 rupees, then it can touch 45 rupees and then again 50 rupees. But will take time. You should hold for at least for 1 year to get his price back.
Okay, so there's a hold for Trident. Now we are also getting one more caller from Surat. Hi, Sanjay.
Hi, hello. Good evening.
Good evening. Thanks for speaking to NDTV Profit. How can we help you?
Yeah, I am holding assets Kelkar.
Okay.
87 at the rate of 180.
All right.
And it is my issue allotment.
So you're asking for a short-term perspective or a long-term perspective on SH Kelkar?
Actually, I want to get fundamental and technical view as well.
Okay. Okay.
If I hold for more than 12 to 15 months, what type of appreciation should I expect?
All right. And Sanjay, when did you buy this?
It is a issue allotment, so I think more than 2 years.
1 and 2 years back?
Yeah.
Okay. So Sanjay is asking for a long-term and short-term view on SH Kelkar. So first I'd like to come to Vikas. Vikas, how are the fundamentals of the company looking like?
No doubt the company's fundamentals have improved over the past few quarters. But if you look at in terms of valuations, the company has not been able to grow. The sales growth continues to remain at sub 13% with a profit growth of less than more than 6.5-7%. So the profitability growth has not been so great. The pricing power is not been sure there in terms of its greatnesses or the flavor business. So we believe it's better. The company has done pretty well for the investor over the past 2 years. So we can redeem some of it, maybe sell 50% and keep 50% more for the long term.
Suggesting a hold or a sell?
You can redeem 50% of the stocks from his portfolio and keep 50% for long term.
All right. And what about the short-term view on it? Rakesh, if you could take that.
Yeah, SH Kelkar company right now at 270. Or short term, I think 250 is a very good stop loss, very good support zone for the stock. And once it will break 290, then it can rise further. But you should have a very strict stop loss of 240 and hold the stock for 290.
Okay, got that view. Now we have another caller called Sanjay Nandi joining us from Odisha. Good evening, Sanjay. Please go ahead with your question. Okay. There seems to be some audio issue. Sanjay, can you hear me? I'll check once again.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
great. Please go ahead with your question.
I do have 200 Oil India share with
Okay.
average price of 641.
Okay, and when did you buy?
Purchased 6 months back.
Okay. And are you looking for a long-term or a short-term outlook?
I am looking for a long term.
Okay, long-term perspective. Okay, the company has been maintaining a healthy dividend payout of 25.7%, and the stock reached a high in the past 1 year on the 30th of August at a price of 741, but since then has been falling in trade, and the stock has been pretty volatile. So, Vikas, I'll come to you for Oil India. Should this investor keep holding on to the stock or buy more or sell?
Look at the exploration part of the business is also been doing great, because if you look at the way crude prices have declined from the highs of around 93, 94 to multi-year lows near to sub 68, 70. So unless until the exploration part of the business grows, the company should continue to do well. But now at the same hand, the valuations remains attractive at current levels, because if you look at the earning multiples has been pretty decent for the past 2 years, and the stock now commands at a P multiple of 8.5, 9 times. And the dividend yield also continues to look promising. So it's not a exit point at the current levels. Maybe the stock could see some amount of up move near 15 to 17% high, near to those 535, 540 levels, near to the X bonus price, and then you can look at it exiting the stock.
All right. We're also getting one more caller from Bengaluru. Hi, Hiramba.
Hello.
Hi, Hiramba. Hi.
Hi.
Please go ahead with your query.
I have bought KPIT shares on around 1690.
Okay.
So I have bought 130 number of shares. So should I hold it for some 3 to 6 months or 1 year, or till 1 year?
Okay.
Or what will be the stop loss price?
So, Hiramba, KPIT Technology shares have dropped nearly 20% in last 1 week is what I can see right now. So, I'll get you both the long-term and short-term perspective on it. First, I'd like to go across to Vikas. Vikas, how are the fundamentals of KPIT looking like?
The company continues to remain a promising space in the automotive and the mobility operation segment. And if you look at the mid-cap tier 2 IT companies have been doing pretty well. The value earnings have been pretty strong, with in terms of more than 50% profit growth and more than 50% revenue growth for the last 5 years. The recent sell-off is what we witnessed for some amount of the weaker quarter outlook. But we believe the company would regain again its mobility because the company has seen good amount of strength over the past few quarters. So it would be 1 quarter effect. So we can continue to hold on to the stock for long term. It would again rebate near to those 1830, 1850 levels. 65 times.
All right. And about the short-term outlook on it, how is KPIT looking on the charts, Rakesh?
For short-term perspective, KPIT chart, it is making a reverse head and shoulder pattern on the chart and giving a breakout of reverse head and shoulder, now retesting of the pattern. So I believe he should hold the stock with a stop loss of 1500. And once it will cross the 1516, then stock can touch sharply 1700.
Okay, got that. Now, another caller joining us from Bengaluru called Rahul. Hi, Rahul. Good evening. Please ask away your question.
Hi. So, I have around 220 shares of Zydus Life Sciences.
Okay, and
I bought it at 1100 apiece.
Okay.
What should I do? Should I sell it now or keep it for long term? What does it look like?
Understood. So Zydus Life Sciences, the current price of Zydus Life Sciences is 978 rupees per piece. The company has delivered a per sales growth of 8.23% over the past 5 years. But the investors are keenly observing the stock as it approaches its upper circuit limit of 1071 a piece. I'll take this question to you, Rakesh. What is your perspective on Zydus Life Sciences?
So Zydus Life Sciences made a high of 1324 in August, and after that continuously sliding down. But now it is making a base, I believe, for the long term. So 978 is a very good level, and the support zone is 930. So he should hold the stock with a stop loss of 930. And once the stock will break the 1000 level, then I think the rally can spot in the stock, and 1070 and 1100 can reach sharply.
All right. We are also getting one more caller from Mumbai. Hi, Ricky.
Yeah, hi. My question is for Yes Bank.
Okay.
I am holding 21,000 shares, and at average price of 22, I have bought in FPO and before FPO also.
Okay.
So average is 22. I'm holding from 4-5 years, not made any money. So can I exit now, or shall I keep on holding it? Like, can I switch to any other share, if you can suggest?
All right. So Yes Bank, Vikas, how is Yes Bank looking to you? How are the fundamentals of this bank looking according to you?
The company is comfortable, but the kind of equity and the capital they have raised over the past many years through various rights issue and the fundraising, the bloat has been pretty high. So we believe the one should wait for some more and invest into some other stocks, because as the company is holding for the last 5 years and he is not able to make some amount of profit, whereas compared to the other private sectors, banking stocks like Federal Bank or HDFC Bank have done pretty well. So we can reinvest the money and the proceeds into some other private banking stocks, which looks pretty attractive, or even in the PSU banking stocks.
If we talk about Yes Bank's short-term perspective, Rakesh, how it is looking on the chart?
Yes Bank on the chart is looking it's taking out the falling trend line, and now the support is around 20 rupees. So he should hold with a stop loss of 20 rupees. And 22 rupees is the immediate hurdle, immediate resistance for the stock. Once it breaks 22 rupees, then next target would be 24 rupees. And then next target would be 27. So 24 and 27 would be the next target. And I think the stock is making the higher high, higher low. So the trend is changing.
All right. So are you suggesting a hold on it?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so we have one more query from a WhatsApp query from Hyderabad. So Satya is saying that he's holding 100 ITC shares at 470 rupees for the last 1 year. So should he hold or exit? So if we can talk about ITC, demerger is around the corner. And so Vikas, what's your outlook on this? Should he hold or sell?
Should continue to hold on to the stock, because demerger is around the corner, as you suggested. The stock has done pretty well over the past many years, no doubt, and the performance continues to remain pretty upbeat. Once the demerger it's been put through, it will get the higher valuation, because the company will be able to continue see strong amount of re-rating. So we can continue to hold on to the stock, and we believe it will deliver more than 15 to 17% compounded returns for the next 1 to 2 years.
All right.
Okay. We have another WhatsApp query coming to us from Yash, who's writing to us from Uttar Pradesh, and he's asking about Krsnaa Diagnostics. He holds 50 shares of Krsnaa Diagnostics at 863 rupees a piece, and he's asking for a long-term outlook. Because what is your perspective on the fundamentals of this particular counter?
Look at the company has done pretty well in terms of Krsnaa Diagnostics, but the competition continues to remain pretty upbeat into these sectors. A lot of new players have been entering into the chain, so consolidation in relay. If you look at last week, there was some announcement with respect to acquisition of Tower Health by Metropolis. So the company, no doubt, has been pretty upbeat, but with the way the consolidation has been taking place and the competition would continue to remain, so the pricing power would not be so great. So it's better to exit the stock.
Okay, we're also getting one caller now from Delhi. Hi, Kiran.
Hello.
Hi, Kiran.
Yes.
Yes, please go ahead with your query.
Yes. I'm speaking.
Your network, I think there's some network issue there. So Kiran's query is with us. He's purchased 400 shares at 2100 of Godfrey Phillips. So should he hold or sell is what he's asking. He hasn't clearly mentioned as to he's asking for a short-term opinion or a long-term view on it. So first I'd like to take the fundamentals of Godfrey Phillips. Vikas, how is it looking like?
Look at the company, as we discussed, ITC, it would be better to switch to ITC where there is pricing power, where there is volume growth in terms of the same segment. In terms of Godfrey Phillips, the stock is already trading at 50% premium compared to its 5-year average PE. So it's better to avoid the stock and reinvest the proceeds into ITC Limited.
Okay, and Rakesh, according to you, how it is looking on the charts?
So Godfrey Phillips on the chart is looking good for the short term. 5500 could be a major support zone. So 5500 he should hold with a stop loss of 5500. And once it will cross 6200, then it can touch 6800 also.
Okay, got you. We have a query coming in from Bangalore. Srinivas has written to us on WhatsApp. He holds 1,500 shares of Bank of Baroda at 58 rupees a piece, and he's asking if we should keep holding on to the stock. The company has delivered good profit of 23.3% CAGR over the last 5 years. Correcting, it's Bank of Maharashtra that he's asking for, not Bank of Baroda. And the company, as I said, has delivered good profit of 23.3% CAGR over the last 5 years. Rakesh, I'll come to you on this one. What is your perspective? The stock has been down in trade today around 0.41%.
Yeah, so the stock is forming a lower high. But now recently the trend of the stock has changed, and now stock is making a higher high, higher low. So, and today it's make a doji pattern. I believe the stock should continue, and you should hold the stock with a stop loss of 53 rupees, and near-term target would be 60 rupees, will be a major resistance, and after that 65 rupees.
All right. Now we're also getting one more query from Noida by Simran Singh. She's saying that she's holding 2,000 shares of Yes Bank at 22 per share. And she's asking for both technical and fundamental view on it. She's willing to, I think, hold for 12 to 24 months. So the stock has been underperforming for quite some time. Can we expect some recovery going ahead? Vikas, take us through the fundamentals of the company.
We discussed in the previous one, caller also raised the same question. The profit growth continues to remain muted and negative digits. And no doubt the type of capital what they've raised through multiple times has been pretty up moved. So it will take a lot of time to move up to the stock from current levels. So it's better to exit the stock and reinvest the proceeds into some other private banking stocks like Kotak Bank or IDFC Bank.
Okay, got that view. Now we have a caller joining us from Bangalore. Hi Vivek, good evening. Please tell us your question.
Hi, I am holding Emkay Global.
Okay.
1,000 shares. At 385. So
okay.
Shall I hold it and add more, or shall I sell it?
Why did you invest in Emkay Global Services, if I may ask?
Looking at its year-on-year growth
okay.
and its PE ratio, other considerations.
Okay,
yeah.
because you... Okay, got it. So you want a fundamental view on this?
Yeah.
Okay, got you. So, Vikas, I'll come to you for this one. What is your perspective on Emkay Global?
Yes, we checked the capital market related stocks have been doing pretty well over the last 1.5 years, and it can continue to remain invested into the stock because it has been trading at the same PE multiple of what it has achieved over the past 5 years. The sales growth has been also been pretty decent, and profit growth is much higher at 35% over the last 5 years. So we can continue to remain invested into the stock. Maybe the stock has a lower float compared to the other broking companies, so it should continue to do well over the next 1 to 2 years as it has been pretty long-term view.
All right, we have one more query from Roshan, and he's writing from Kerala. He's saying that he's bought RBL shares around 179. Is it a good stock to hold for a long term? So Vikas, if you could just shed more light on RBL, how has the company been performing, and should the investors stay invested?
Yeah, you can continue to stay invested into RBL Bank because if you look at, no doubt the news flow remains pretty upbeat. The last quarter numbers were been pretty muted and the stocks witnessed some amount of volatility. But again, it has moved up. Valuation continues to remain attractive at 0.7 times price to book. So we are getting a private banking stocks at 0.7 times. So it remains pretty upbeat. And its strong earnings growth are expected. So we can continue to remain invested for a target of around more than 210 to 20 over the next 1 year.
Okay, got that view. Now we have a caller joining us called Jagannathan from Indore. Hi Jagannathan, good evening. Please tell us your query.
Yeah, good evening. I am holding GTL Infrastructure.
Okay.
51,500 shares at the rate of 3 rupees 35 paise.
Okay.
I would like to know the long-term perspective on this for 1 year.
Okay, got you. So you want to know a long-term perspective on GTL Infrastructure. The stock reached a high in the month of July, but promoters of this stock have pledged 100% of their holding in this particular counter. So I'll take this question to Rakesh quickly. What is your view on GTL Infrastructure?
So GTL Infra, the price, purchase price is a little bit high, but stock is now making a base. Because if he will sell at the current level, it will be a very high loss. But I would suggest that he should hold with a stop loss, strict stop loss of 2 rupees closing basis. And the stock have very good resistance around 2.5 rupees. Once it breaks 2.5, then it can touch 2.9 because penny stock. But he should hold for the short term.
All right. Now, quickly, we're going to take more queries. Now, Ankit from Pune has written to us that he's holding 500 shares of Home First Finance at 1,050. It was a short-term call. So, Home First Finance has seen some corrections from the highs. So, let me first go across to the technical analyst, Rakesh. According to you, how is the performance of the stock looking like?
So the stock has made a high in the month of September, 1369, but after that it's continuously sliding down and now it's making a base. It's near the support zone. So he should hold the stock with a stop loss of 970. And once the stock is near the near-term resistance, when the stock will give the closing of 1200, then it can touch again of 11.
Right. So I'm afraid we are running out of time right now. It was great having you both on our show. Viewers, that brings us to the end of our bulletin. Remember, we're live Monday to Friday at 7 p.m. Any queries we couldn't address today, so we'll be taking up on Monday. So until then, stay connected with NDTV Profit.
We set you up for the day's trade. 30 calls before the markets open on NDTV Profit.
Jubilant Food above a 600 level on Friday.
Wipro can be first trade to buy
all commodities, but in that Vedanta looks good.